I'd rather die than work a 9 to 5. All right, and let me explain my reasoning and logic, right? So, look, bro, throughout my life, I've had about 3 jobs total. And it was fast food, it was retail, um, had a little internship. That doesn't really matter, right? Mind you, I'll be honest with you, bro. In this life, I don't really know what the whole meaning of all this stuff is. You know, a lot of people tell you you got to make your own meaning in life, which I 100% agree with that sentiment. But as I've just continued to grow older, I've started to realize a lot of the things that like get pushed to us and like we're told to do and be a part of are very much so draining. And I'm gonna just keep my take very logical, right? I'm not gonna just, sometimes I come on here, I just start wilding. I'm gonna be kind of reasonable today. I'm gonna just tell my perspective, right? A lot of the times when I go to work, I literally get anxiety before I even get in the building. I'll be like, God damn, I gotta go back to this place. I gotta act like I give a fuck about these customers. I gotta give a fuck like I give a fuck about these people. My manager probably don't even like me, which most of the time is true. And I ain't even getting paid enough for this. That's how it feels every day when you go to work, right? Let's not lie. That's how it feels. On top of the fact that you spend your time either traveling, to and from work, and then, in the limited spare free time you have, you either got to work on your side hustle, enjoy your hobbies, or relax. But you're realistically not getting all three. And for most people, since they work a 5-day, 40-hour week, you're getting like 2 breaks a week. You spending more of your time at work than at home. Well, not really. But in a way, most of your time is allocated to work, realistically. Even in the little spare time that you get, I mean, let's be honest, you're drained, right? You don't even feel like doing basic things anymore. Like, I don't know how to explain it, right? And I hope I'm making sense, but I'm not just saying this as like oh, I'm lazy and I just want to sit on my ass all day and die. Like, no, that's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is that a lot of the work that they got us doing feels very mundane. And I'm just talking about like bare minimum entry level jobs. And that's what they're supposed to feel like. We need people that want to be janitors. We need people that want to be plumbers. And well, I guess that's not really a surface level job, but we need people that want to, that work fast food. We need people in retail. We need these things. I'm not saying we don't. But what I'm saying is, me personally, as I keep getting older, I start to think to myself like, damn, like a lot of these jobs that are sold to us, they don't really seem that very much like special or like worthwhile, outside of the, money and the benefits that they give to you. Like, you want me to do this for the rest of my life with like 1 vacation a year, maybe 2 if I'm lucky, maybe some paid time off if I work hard enough. Like, I'm just keeping it a buck, bro. Like, I'm really thinking about this while I'm making this, because I'm just like, damn, like, I really just want to do this YouTube stuff. Like, I really want to start my own business. I want to be a creative. I want to be an artist. Maybe I don't want to be a broke artist, but I want to be an artist. You feel me? And that's my passion, right? I'm not doing this just because I don't want to work a 9 to 5, but I'd be lying if I said that I didn't play a role in it. Like, bro, come on, man. And every time I did work a job, like there was a point in time, I was working full time and then also going like to school full time. And during that time of my life, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, bro, I was isolated as hell. I usually don't really be around people, but I was isolated as hell. I was talking to my coworkers more than I was talking to my family. That's how you know it was bad. Like, it was genuinely starting to take a toll on my mental health, because I would have dreams about work. I would wake up paranoid about going to work. I would go home and like be scared. I'm like, oh my God, like, I don't want to go back. Like, fuck, bro. Like, the air would feel different when I would leave work. I'd go into work, the sun would be rising. I'd leave work, the sun would be gone already. It'll be nighttime. I'd be in a building all day, limited windows. This is really what I'm talking. And mind you, this is when I was working fast food, but it's the same thing with retail, bro. Like, retail's a little different, but you won't see the light of day. You'll be trapped in that little box building. Like, it's just so dystopian to me working a 9 to 5, because I understand it, bro. We need money to survive. But like, bro, the fact that like, not only did I have to set up a whole piece of paper to tell you my skills and qualifications, but then you had to look through it, which most of the time they're not doing that anymore. Look at the job market. Then once the AI bot reviews my resume, they're like, oh yeah, we could Get him in, get him in, get him in. Then you go in for an interview, and you pretty much gotta be a little performative, bro, because the way I act in an interview, you know, is not really how I act in real life. And that's just fine, you know, because obviously you're trying to perform your best so you can get the job. But then after you perform your best and you get the job, now you got to show up to work. And, you know, you're lucky if they even train you properly. You know, they might train you here and there, and then you figure out the rest on your own. But even outside of that whole process, once you get into the gist of things, now you're there. Now, this is your domain. You're going there every week. This is how you pay your bills. This is how you survive. Like, when you put it in that realm, I would hope I like doing what I'm doing. If I'm working 9 to 5, I'd hope I like to do it. Because if I don't like to do it and it's just money, that's literally me just giving my soul away every time. I'm going to work sad as a motherfucker, and I'm just giving my soul away. And I'm coming home, and I'm like, just want a new job. And I'm the type of person, like, I don't really know what it is. I just can't stay at one job for a long time. Like, the longest I stayed at a job was like for a year. And bro, it's just like, oh my gosh, that's a whole other topic, bro. But if anyone knows, if you worked a job long enough, it's just, bro, after a while, they'll just start putting extra bull crap on you. Like, they'll start, like, literally, you'll get paid the same amount as the new guy, and they'll start expecting more out of you because you've been there longer. And once they started doing that to me, I said, oh, hell to the fuck no, I'm out. I'm not staying here, bro. And that's how it usually goes every job. Usually they either start disrespecting me, or they start trying to overwork me, or they start trying to underwork me. And when you do one of those three things, you're not seeing me ever again. I promise you, wallahi, bro. Because I just can't take it. And so for the people that really went through school and got like actual careers, I don't know if anyone will be watching this channel because I don't think older people are watching me. But if you're an older person, maybe you're 23, 24, 25. I know that's not old, but you're a little older. If you have a career, maybe you're a technician or some shit. I don't know. Do you feel like you're selling your soul every day? Just let me know, bro, because I'll be real with you. Even when I thought about going, I mean, I'm in college right now, but even when I think about going through, finishing school and getting a job after this, I'm like, that sounds kind of, like, sure, no more assignments, no more tests, no more studying. Now it's just wake up and have enough energy to do my, you know, base level job description and maybe a little extra. And, you know, that's my life for the next 30 to 40 years. And, you know, people switch careers, people do other things, but easier said than done. And I'd rather not do a career I don't want to do now and then later on pivot when I'm like having a family or some shit, or my bones are starting to decay. I'd rather use my youth right now to make something happen. And that's just my take, bro. And look, bro, I'm trying to be a little more respectable, a little more, you know, calm. But can't make no promises. For this video, I kept my composure. I had a lot more to say. I had a lot more shit to talk. But I'ma just save my words for another time. I will say this though. I'd rather die than work a 9 to 5.